It's now officially March here in the Bluegrass. We're down here on Main Street in downtown Lexington, and that can only mean one thing.
It's Oscar time!
That's right, here we are in the midst of Oscar madness. We've been filling out our brackets all week, and we're gonna decide who gets the best picture.
Yeah, no, a lot of you have spent all year trying to learn the names of the basketball players so that you can make small talk with your coworkers at the water cooler, and that leaves hardly any time to watch 9 whole movies.
So Tyler and I sat down and we watched the trailers for all the Best Picture nominees just for you.
And if you guys want to catch up on it yourself, you can come down here to the Kentucky Theater where they're showing all the Best Picture nominees. Okay, let's start our reviews with the films that are on the bubble. These are the films that barely snuck into the tournament. They're not exactly sure what they're doing here. They're like the Syracuse of the Oscars.
We got the big name director, play a lot of zone defense, but they don't have any stars. The first film we have, Call Me By Your Name. This coming-of-age tale takes place in Italy in 1983. Meanwhile, everyone in it speaks American, making it the Fazoli's of this year's films. Save your money and see David Allan Coe's live version at Renfro Valley this April.
Next is Dunkirk. This is one of the best films based on Call of Duty.
While it's not the video game itself, it is one of the few movies I saw, but I never did figure out which one was William Shatner's kid. But it was really good, directed by Christopher Nolan, but without almost any Batman.
Ken, I'll be honest with you, I didn't find Dunkirk that funny at all. For me, it's like Schindler's List. Were there funny parts? Sure. But was it a funny movie? Not really.
Next up is Get Out, a 2-hour Key and Peele episode filmed partially on the New Girl set, but it just doesn't really deliver the laughs you'd expect. Next up we have our group of Cinderella Stories. These teams have a chance of winning the tournament, but they're a little too reliant on their superstars. Think of these movies as Oklahoma.
Right. Picture Meryl Streep as like Trae Young, but with better hair. First in this category, The Darkest Hour. This film features the least creatively named actor of his generation. Gary Oldman stars as some British guy in a made-for-TV History Channel movie. Once again, we see the Germans are up to no good in this apparent prequel to Dunkirk.
All our forces are now at Dunkirk.
Next up, we have Phantom Thread. Oh great, finally a movie that shows you how British people used to dress. You couldn't pay me to watch this movie. But Matt did, and he doesn't know that I didn't see it. So it was great. They did a lot of sewing, and man, the costume design, wow!
Next is The Post. This movie seems to have been made on a dare. Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks struggle to make you think that newspapers are somehow interesting. They lost the bet, but won a nomination for trying. Now we're moving on to our final 4 hopefuls. These are the big dogs. These are the Blue Bloods hoping to bring home that gold.
It's final 4, but there's only 3 of them. We ran out of ways to compare it to the tournament.
First in this category, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Just when you thought nothing could be more boring than movies about newspapers or sewing, along comes this masterpiece about billboards. Obviously a Darryl Isaacs vehicle, the dynamic cast meets a script so boring you'd swear the book was released by Kim Davis's lawyer. Save your $20 and take a lap around News Circle and see all the billboards you'd ever want.
The Shape of Water. Many experts are picking this one to take home the statue, and it's a beautifully shot film starring Mitch McConnell in his breakout role. However, as popular as it might be with critics, many Kentuckians have a different opinion of the film. Martin County residents are calling The Shape of Water disgusting. So we'll have to pass on giving this one the nod.
Lady Bird. Now if we're going to be honest, we did not see the trailer for this one.
But we assume it was a thrilling documentary about Larry Bird's daughter struggling to make a name for herself in the WNBA. Maybe we're biased as UK fans, but we just loved this in-depth look at the life of the child of a basketball legend trying to make a name for themselves, finding glory all on their own. You know, the type of glory that's earned, not given.
While still frighteningly underrepresented at this year's awards, we are still predicting that this is going to be the year of the woman.
And birds. So this year, our pick for Best Picture is
Lady Bird.